The boxing world is in mourning. Joe Bugner, the three-time European heavyweight champion who once stood in the ring with Muhammad Ali, has died at the age of 75. Joe Bugner's story was one of resilience, strength, and reinvention. Born in Hungary, his family fled to Britain when he was just a child, seeking a new life. It was there that Bugner discovered boxing, a sport that would define his future and earn him fame around the world. By the mid-1970s, Bugner had become a force in the heavyweight division. In February 1975, inside a crowded gym in Bologna, Italy, the tall and powerful fighter trained with intensity, preparing to defend his European title. Days later, he stepped into the ring against Italian challenger Dante Kane. The atmosphere was electric, the crowd desperate to see their hometown hero win. But Bugner's skill and grit proved too much. He emerged victorious, retaining his European heavyweight crown. That same year, Bugner's career reached its greatest stage. In June 1975, Kuala Lumpur prepared for one of boxing's most anticipated events, Joe Bugner against Muhammad Ali. Posters lined the streets, gyms were packed with reporters, and the world's eyes were fixed on Malaysia. Ali, the reigning champion, charmed the cameras as always. Bugner, quieter and more reserved, carried himself with determination, knowing this was the fight that could change everything. In the build-up, Bugner trained relentlessly. He walked into hotels trailed by photographers, his every move scrutinized. The weigh-in was a spectacle in itself. Side by side with Ali, Bugner looked composed, his face showing no fear, even as Ali entertained the crowd with his signature bravado. The two men squared off, sparred briefly for the cameras, and left the world hungry for the battle ahead. On fight night, the world watched as Bugner walked into the arena, representing not only Britain, but his own dream of standing shoulder to shoulder with legends. The fight would go all 15 rounds. Bugner took Ali's best shots and gave his own in return. He didn't win the title, but he earned something else: respect. Surviving 15 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time placed Bugner among the toughest men in the sport. His resilience that night defined his career. Decades later, Bugner reinvented himself in Australia, fighting under the name Aussie Joe. Even in his 40s, he continued to step into the ring, defying the odds and earning the love of Australian fans. His 1998 comeback fight against James "Bone Crusher" Smith was proof of his enduring spirit. When the final bell rang that night, Bugner's arms were raised high, embraced by a crowd that saw him not only as a fighter, but as a survivor, a showman, and a champion of the people. From Hungary to Britain, from Kuala Lumpur to the Gold Coast, Joe Bugner's journey was global. He fought the best, stood his ground, and carved his place in boxing history. Today, the sport remembers a fighter who never backed down, a man who stood toe-to-toe with legends, and a champion who inspired across generations. Joe Bugner, gone at 75, but never forgotten.